I'm Paul Daddy from Paul Daddy's Blind Hog Barbecue, and today I'm checking out the Tip Top Grill Regulator on a Char-Griller Akorn Kamado. Now, this is not a paid video. I bought the Tip Top off Amazon. This video is not sponsored in any way, and I'll leave an Amazon link in the description area below the video for the exact Tip Top model that I'll be using today. The Tip Top Grill Regulator is simply a mechanical venting attachment that when it's mounted on an appropriate charcoal grill, it automatically regulates your temperature. Now, it does not require batteries or electricity. It uses a bimetal coil, and that opens and closes a butterfly valve that regulates the airflow coming out of your grill. Now, the model that I have today is the TTT-03CF5. And the answer is no, they will not work on propane grills. And they've got different models of Tip Tops, and they've worked with various grills, kettle style, Primo style, Akorns, Webers, and perhaps many others. Now, you'll find that most people mount the Tip Top on top of the existing vent. Mine even ships with some mounting hardware, a spring clip system to hold it on. As you can see, I decided to mount my Tip Top in a somewhat more permanent way. Now, on the Char-Griller Akorn Kamado, the original vent is attached with 2 screws. And all you have to do is open up that dome, you access those screws from the inside, and then remove the screws, and that vent comes right off. Since my Akorn Kamado has actually seen a lot of service, those screws were a little bit stubborn. All I had to do, I used some very pointy vice grips, and that just helped break the tension on those screws, and then they were real easy to unscrew the rest of the way. Once you get that original vent removed, then the Tip Top will just drop down inside that 5-inch hole on the Akorn. And the screw tabs that held that vent in place inside the dome, they prevent the Tip Top from falling all the way through. The red silicone band that ships with the Tip Top that's real prominent in using it on the temporary attachment, it's too thick to use when you're mounting the way I'm doing it. So once that Tip Top is dropped into that 5-inch hole, you just orient that knob the way you want it, your particular preference, and then you can seal the deal with a single bead of food grade high temperature RTV silicone. I'll leave another Amazon link down below in the description area for this RTV sealant. Now, I seal mine in a single pass and then let it cure for 24 hours, and then we're good to go. Doing it this way, I consider that it's a permanent installation, but the truth is it's easy to reverse it if you need it. But just make sure that you save that original vent plus the mounting screws just in case. Okay, to demonstrate how well this Tip Top works, I'm going to be burning 3 pounds of B&B charcoal briquettes at 325 degrees. Now, 325, it might be a higher temperature than most people normally cook, but I just didn't want to drag it out too long. The higher temp helps to go on and get this thing done. The plan is to measure the temperature today at grate level. I'll be using a probe that's attached to the grate and goes to my Fireboard 2 Pro. And the Fireboard 2 Pro provides a very nice graph that I can show you guys exactly how it all went down. Now, in normal operation, you wouldn't necessarily have to use a Fireboard unless you just want that constant feedback with the temperature update. You can go inside, take a break, you can run to the store. You can still be able to monitor your temperature from anywhere that you've got an internet connection because the Fireboard 2 Pro uses Wi-Fi. But if I'm just doing a short cook or even a medium cook, I plan on just using that built-in analog thermometer that's on the Akorn. Just keep it simple. All right, I'm measuring out 3 pounds of B&B charcoal briquettes. Now, B&B started out in Texas as a privately owned company. I think they make excellent charcoal products, and they are at a very competitive price. The bag says they're currently being distributed by Duraflame, so I expect that B&B has a larger national type footprint than it used to. And the point is that B&B products, if they're available near you, then you should definitely give them a try. Now 3 pounds, that's kind of a random number that I chose, but I've made several videos testing different brands of charcoal in the past, and 3 pounds is a number that I used a whole lot. It can make a very nice long burn. You can get a lot of data, but it doesn't go on for days and days. I formed a very crude charcoal snake, and I placed it directly across from the bottom vent. And I've got that bottom vent opened up about the width of 2 fingers. Now you're gonna have to find what works for you. That worked perfect for me. Now I've got a Greenwood propane torch that I use in conjunction with a 5-gallon propane tank, and it's mounted on this cart. And I call that my war wagon. The Greenwood torch can easily light the end of that charcoal snake. Even though you've got this great flame coming out of that Greenwood, don't get too big a hurry, just get it properly lit, and then close the Kamado dome. And you want to open up your tip top with the butterfly being perpendicular to the fully closed position. Now once you close the dome on your Kamado, then the temperature should start coming up. The tip top can be opened and reopened as needed to keep that temperature coming up. Take your time. Now we get to the most critical part of the whole deal when it comes to lining this thing out. You will need to close that butterfly valve down to 90% close when your temperature is 50 degrees under your target temperature, and it's counterclockwise to close. Now just give that tip top a chance to work its magic. If adjustments are needed, open slightly for a temperature increase, close it slightly for a temperature decrease. Small adjustments only, just take your time. The tip top does a remarkable job that you can see from this graph. I made a few adjustments along the way, and I got over 13 hours burn time at mostly over 325 degrees before that temperature eventually fell below 200. Now I think if I would have built a better snake, then it would have kept burning because there was quite a bit of charcoal left that I didn't actually burn. But 13 hours was plenty for this video. The Tip Top Temp Grill Regulator, it's too easy not to use. Previously, when I'd be using my Akorn Kamado, I would use it with my Fireboard 2 Pro in conjunction with a 10 CFM fan that would control the temperature. But folks, the Tip Top is just easier. And of course, it's way cheaper than a fan and controller system, way cheaper. To me, the Tip Top Grill Regulator, it's put the fun back in using my Akorn Kamado. The Tip Top Temp was easy to install, it's easy to use. But that being said, I don't have any idea how well it's gonna hold up, but it's a great concept and it works for me. It looks to be very, very well made, but time will tell. By using that temporary attachment system, you could take it off when you're using it, and that would limit the exposure to the elements. You can see that that's not what I did, and time will tell how well this will work out for me. Now all you gotta do is hit that like button on your way out. Please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you next time at Paw Daddy's Blind Hog Barbecue.